There is a creature on this reef that can boil water just by punching it. It strikes with the acceleration of a .22 caliber bullet. It sees a world of color you physically cannot process, and it has been evolving this arsenal for 400 million years. This isn't an alien. This is the mantis shrimp, and it is nature's most over-engineered killer. In the shallow waters of coral reefs, there is a predator no longer than your hand. It has compound eyes mounted on independent stalks that rotate in 3 dimensions. It hunts in wavelengths of light you will never see, and when it strikes, the water around its fist reaches temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. The mantis shrimp is not a shrimp, it's a stomatopod, a marine crustacean that split from crabs and lobsters over 400 million years ago. There are more than 500 species. Some are brilliantly colored, some blend into the sand. All of them are armed. They possess raptorial appendages, specialized limbs folded beneath their bodies, coiled like loaded springs. And depending on the species, those appendages are built for one of 2 purposes: to spear or to smash. Both will kill you if you're small enough. The vision paradox. Humans have 3 types of photoreceptors in our eyes. We see red, green, and blue, and our brains blend those signals to build every color we know. Mantis shrimp have up to 16 types of photoreceptors. 16 compared to our 3. You'd assume they see a world of color so rich, so vivid that we couldn't even comprehend it. A living kaleidoscope perceiving dimensions of light our brains have no reference for. But here's the twist: they don't. In 2014, researchers decided to test just how good mantis shrimp actually were at seeing color. They trained them to distinguish between different wavelengths and measured their accuracy. The mantis shrimp failed badly. They are worse at discriminating between colors than humans, worse than honeybees, worse than butterflies. So what the hell are all those photoreceptors for? The answer changes everything we thought we knew about vision. Mantis shrimp don't compare color signals like we do. They don't analyze, they recognize. Each photoreceptor works independently, scanning an object and matching the pattern to an internal library, like a barcode scanner. It's not about seeing beauty, it's about seeing fast. One scientist compared it to how a satellite processes images. No intermediary neurons, no complex computation, just raw pattern matching sent directly to the brain. Mantis shrimp traded precision for speed because on a coral reef, hesitation gets you killed. And they can see things we can't even detect. They perceive ultraviolet light across at least 6 distinct wavelengths, the most complex UV vision in nature. They see polarized light. They see circular polarization, a type of light wave that spirals as it travels. No other animal can do this. They use it to communicate. Patterns on their shells reflect polarized light, invisible to predators, but blazing bright to each other. Secret signals in a spectrum we're blind to. Each eye has 3 focal points: depth perception with one eye, independent movement, scanning in multiple directions at once. We can measure what they detect. We cannot see what they see. The smasher. Vision is how they find the target. The strike is how they annihilate it. Mantis shrimp come in 2 varieties: smashers and spearers. Smashers have club-like appendages built from some of the toughest biological material ever discovered. They hunt crabs, snails, mollusks, anything with a shell thick enough to need breaking. And when a smasher strikes, physics breaks down. The club accelerates at over 10,000 times the force of gravity. It reaches 23 meters per second, 51 miles per hour in water. That is the muzzle velocity of a .22 caliber bullet. The strike lasts less than a millisecond. The force? 1,500 newtons. That's 2,500 times the mantis shrimp's body weight. If a human could punch with proportional force, we could shatter steel with our fists. But the club hitting the shell is only the beginning. The cavitation effect. When the club moves that fast through water, it creates an area of extreme low pressure directly ahead of it. The pressure drops so drastically that the water vaporizes. It boils instantly, forming a bubble. And when that bubble collapses, it implodes. The implosion releases a shockwave almost as powerful as the original punch. A second strike. Even if the club misses, the shockwave can crack the shell. But it gets worse. Inside that collapsing bubble, for a fraction of a second, the temperature spikes to 4,000 degrees Celsius. That is nearly as hot as the surface of the sun, 5,500 degrees Celsius. The implosion also produces a flash of light and an audible snap. One punch, two impacts, sun surface temperatures, a burst of light, all in less than the blink of an eye. This is called cavitation. Boat propellers generate it, and it erodes metal over time. Engineers spend millions trying to prevent it. The mantis shrimp weaponized it. The spearer. Spearers hunt differently. Their appendages are lined with sharp, barbed spines designed to impale soft-bodied prey, fish, shrimp, squid. Instead of leaving their burrows to hunt, they wait. A spearer buries itself in sand or mud with only its eyes exposed. It scans, it watches, and when prey drifts within range, the spear fires. The barbed appendages unfold and shoot forward at speeds between 2 and 6 meters per second, slower than smashers, but with longer reach. The spines pierce flesh and lock in place. The barbs make escape impossible. This isn't weakness, it's precision engineering. Smashers need maximum force at blank point range to shatter armor. Spearers need reach and accuracy to ambush fast-moving targets from concealment. Different prey, different strategy, both lethal. Why this exists? Coral reefs are war zones, predators everywhere, hiding spots limited, food contested. In that environment, mediocrity dies. The mantis shrimp didn't evolve cavitation bubbles because it wanted to be terrifying. It evolved them because cracking a crab shell any other way takes too long, wastes energy, or fails. It didn't develop 16 photoreceptors to appreciate sunsets. It developed them because recognizing threats in microseconds is the difference between eating and being eaten. Every adaptation, the spring-loaded strike mechanism, the damage-resistant club structure, the polarized light communication, exists because incremental advantages compound over 400 million years. The ocean doesn't reward creativity, it rewards survival. And the mantis shrimp survived by becoming a living weapon system. The Smasher's club, built from a herringbone structure of mineralized chitin that disperses impact forces better than most synthetic materials, still cracks. It fractures. It degrades. Mantis shrimp molt regularly, shedding exoskeletons and regrowing their weapons. But regeneration takes time, and during that window, they're vulnerable. Each strike also costs energy. The spring-loaded mechanism requires muscles to contract for hundreds of milliseconds, storing elastic energy in the exoskeleton before a latch releases and the appendage fires. Efficient, but not free. Hunting costs energy, fighting for territory costs energy, and on a reef, energy is survival. Some mantis shrimp live over 20 years. Some are monogamous, sharing burrows with the same partner for life. They exhibit complex behaviors, ritualized combat, coordinated hunting, even mourning. But it all depends on the strike working and the eyes finding the target. Take one away and they starve. Somewhere in shallow water, a mantis shrimp is scanning the reef. Its eyes are processing wavelengths you will never see. Its clubs are loaded, waiting for the next target. It doesn't know researchers study its vision to build better cameras. It doesn't know engineers analyze its club to design impact-resistant materials. It doesn't care that it can boil water with a punch. It only knows this: when it strikes, the target dies. The ocean didn't build this creature to be bizarre. It built this creature to win. And for 400 million years, it has. But the mantis shrimp isn't the only predator hiding a superweapon in the reef. Some don't punch. Some don't spear. Some just wait, buried in the sand with jaws that snap shut in milliseconds and sever prey in half before it knows what happened. If you think boiling water with a punch is brutal, wait until you see what hunts in the dark.